Okay, good afternoon. Yesterday, we have seen classification of robots based on coordinate systems, that is based on the axis X, Y, Z, or based on the angle of rotation. Now, today we will see another classification. In that, second classification is actuation systems. Actuation systems means how the robot is driven, that is, which is the driver. Now, there are different types of actuation systems: electric actuation, hydraulic actuation, and pneumatic actuation. Nowadays, in every robot, electric actuation is used. Therefore, the first actuation is electric actuation. The most common drive method is electric with various types of motors. For example, stepper motor, DC servo motor, and brushless AC servo motors. All these different types of motors we are going to study in detail in chapter number 2. Then fluid power or hydraulic power. Pneumatic robots are used in light assembly or packing work, but are not usually suitable for heavy duty tasks or where speed control is necessary. On the other hand, hydraulic robots are used in heavy payload applications because of their high power to size ratios. Next, control systems. Next classification is according to control systems. In that, servo control or non-servo control. Robots are either servo controlled, that is closed loop system, or non-servo controlled, open loop system. Full servo control gives good precision and helps carry out complex tasks with confidence. In this method of control, commands are sent to the arm drives to move each axis the requisite amount. The actual movement is monitored for both displacement and velocity and compared with the command signal. The difference between the command and the action defined as the error is used as the feedback to the controller to enable further commands to be modified accordingly. Most electric and hydraulic robots are now servo controlled. Pneumatic robots are usually non-servo controlled. In this case, a command signal is sent and it is assumed that the robot arm reaches its intended position. Non-servo control is adequate where position control of light loads only is required. Now, servo controlled and non-servo controlled, it is nothing but closed loop system and open loop system. I will give you example of our CNC machine. Now in CNC machine, which is available in our workshop, you are knowing that suppose initial diameter of the job is 50 mm and we have to turn that job up to the diameter of 20 mm. Then we are doing the program. Therefore, every time whenever that tool is going to take a cut, every time that it is compared, means whatever first cut that tool will take, and suppose diameter of the job will become 45 mm. Therefore, that 45 mm is compared with 20 mm diameter, required diameter. And if it is not there equal to 20 mm, then again feedback signal is given to the controller, so that again tool is going to carry out the turning operation until the diameter of the job is 20 mm. Therefore, this is nothing but the closed loop system. Means in closed loop system, feedback is there. Feedback mechanism is there. In open loop system, there is no feedback mechanism. That is the basic difference between closed loop system and open loop system. Next, again, control systems, motion control. In point-to-point motion control, the robot arm moves from one desired point to the next without regard to the path taken between them. The actual path taken may be the result of a combination of arm link movements calculated to provide the minimum travel time between the points. Point-to-point control is widely used for assembly, palletizing, and machine tool loading, unloading. Spot welding robots also use point-to-point control. In continuous path control, a robot moves along a continuous path with specified orientations. For example, for welding two metal parts along a straight line or a specified curve, continuous path control is used. Signals from the sensors located at the points are constantly monitored by the robot controller for appropriate motion control. Now, another classification of robot according to programming method. In that online methods require the direct use of the robot and utilize teach pendant for point-to-point or PTP programming and slave arms or pistol grips attachments for continuous path or CP programming. Online programming takes place at the site of production itself by skilled robot operators and involves the work cell. Next is offline programming. Offline programming or OLP takes place on a computer with the models of the work cell containing robots, workpieces, and surroundings. The robot programs can be created by reusing the CAD data generated during its design so that the programming will be quick and effective. A programming is prepared on a computer terminal using the robot programming languages like VAL, FAL, ALU, KRL, and others. These we are going to see some introduction of these languages. Therefore, this is nothing but classification of robots based on coordinate system, based on control system, based on programming method, again based on that servo control, motion control and servo control. Therefore, this is the classification. Now, next part we will see, that is cobots or collaborative robots. Definitions and terms. Collaborative robot, a robot specifically designed for direct interaction with a human within a defined collaborative workspace. Therefore, collaborative robot or the robot which works along with human, that robot is known as collaborative robot. When both human and robot are working simultaneously, then this collaborative type of work is there, and that robot is known as collaborative robot or cobot. Shortcut, it is known as cobot. Therefore, in collaborative robot, another word is there, that is collaborative workspace. Collaborative workspace means safeguarded space where the robot and the human can perform tasks simultaneously during automatic operation. That is nothing but safeguarded space or the workspace where the robot and human can perform tasks simultaneously during automatic operation. Then collaborative operation, human robot interaction. It is the state in which purpose designed robots can safely work in direct cooperation with a human within a defined workspace. Then next is intelligent assist device, IAD. It is a smart lift assist device generally not incorporating an autonomous operation mode. And last is the cobot. It is an abbreviation of collaborative robot and also synonymous with intelligent assist device. Therefore, collaborative robots is also known as intelligent assist device or IAD. Now about cobots. Robots excel at simple, repetitive handling tasks, where humans, on the other hand, have unique cognitive skills for understanding and adapting to any changes in the task. The combination of humans and robots can greatly improve performance as long as the work is optimally shared. Human-robot collaboration allows for various levels of automation and human intervention. Tasks can be partially automated if a fully automated solution is not economical or too complex. Non-ergonomic workstations can be greatly improved with the help of robots. Collaborative robot is a robot specifically designed for direct interaction with a human within a defined collaborative workspace. It has number of smart sensors which make it safe for human interactions and more efficiency can be achieved. Therefore, this collaborative robot or the robot which is working with human, it is having smart sensors so that it can identify or that sensor can identify or sense that human body is there so that accident will not take place. Otherwise, if both human and robot will work combinedly or collaboratively, and if you will not use any sensors, then there are chances that accident will take place. That is, hammering action will be there on the human by the robot. Then what is the need for collaborative robot or issues with traditional industrial robots? Traditional industrial robots are typically large and fixed equipment designed mainly for mass production with low variation. Traditional industrial robots present safety risks to human workers. Additionally, safety measures such as a cage or a fencing are required to keep humans out of the robot's work envelope. See that? Here this figure is there. This fencing is there or cabin is there. In this cabin, separately robots are working and human is outside of the cabin. This is traditional system. If human will enter inside the cabin, what will happen? You can judge. That is, accident will take place. Therefore, integrating the robot line with other production facilities adds to the cost and space requirements are also larger. Therefore, integration of robot along with production line, it will add to cost and space requirement. These characteristics make traditional industrial robots best suited for production processes that will continue unchanged for years, where return on investment can also take years. Therefore, these traditional industrial robots are there, they are suitable for production processes only. Therefore, this is the need for the collaborative robots, or what are the limitations of the traditional robots or issues of the traditional robots, or what are the disadvantages of the traditional robots. Therefore, these are the different applications of industrial robots, that is traditional and cobots: assembly, dispensing, finishing, machine tending, material handling, material removal, quality inspection, welding, and other. Now we'll see all these videos so that you will understand it better. See that? See this video, Universal Robots enables G-Man Runner. right level. Industry to achieve flexible manufacturing. Hello, whether screen is visible? Hello, anyone can tell? Hello, Sunil, screen is visible?
Visible.
Hello,
Yes, sir, visible.
whether you are observing
Yes, sir,
robots are there?
visible.
Robots are working? Whether you are observing?
Uh, Sir,
Video you are observing?
no,
Hello?
sir. PPT.
Huh?
No, sir, not
No,
visible.
sir.
Okay, okay.
Video is not visible, sir. We are disabled
Ah,
PPT, sir.
that I am asking only. I think it is visible now.
Yes, sir.
See, these cobots are used in this G-Man Industrial Corporation to achieve flexible manufacturing. See that humans are also working and these robots are also working. See that this is the robot. It is picking up the part from here. It is placing product assembly, then product pick and place, injection molding, degating, heat welding, and gas testing. Vision sensors are there so that they can pick up the objects easily. See that assembly operations with two robots. Now see that here both robot and humans are working. That's why this is known as collaborative robot or cobot. See that this man is placing this part here. Then after operation, this part is picked up by this robot. See that here robot is doing the operation. After operation, that part is taken out by that person or human. This type of robot is articulated robot. Yesterday we have seen classification. See that how that robot is picking. It is placing the part in the machine. At a time, it is doing two operations. See that how this rail guide mechanism is there. Robot is moving along this guiding mechanism. See that this person is working along with this robot. Roof installation means you can clamp that robot inverted also. That is on the ceiling. See that all these persons are working along with this robot. That's why this is known as collaborative robot or cobot. See that this person is working with this robot. See that here. Universal Robots. This company is there which manufactures the cobots. Now another second link we'll see. Yes. Okay, how these robots are used for the humans along with humans. These are the advantages: increase productivity, cut down setup cost, produce and ship more parts. See that cobot welding for everyone. Leader in FSK Industries, leader in cobot welding. See that this human is working along with this robot. Create a perfect linear weld seam in less than 3 minutes. See that this robot is will carry out now welding operation. Seam welding operation. See that one tab or one small computer is there. That person just pressing the buttons. Assistance system for effortless orientation of the torch. This is the welding torch. See that how this seam welding, simulation of the welding seam. First of all, this simulation takes place. Now welding the seam with weaving. See that now actual welding operation starts. Create a perfect circular weld seam in less than 3 minutes. Okay, now see here, ergonomical handle for easy positioning of the torch. This handle is there, whatever. This handle is ergonomic or aesthetic and ergonomic principles are used so that this human can grab or he can hold this handle very easily. Simulation of the weld seam again. First of all, it carries out simulation. Circular weld is there, circular. And now it will weld. See that here programs are there. First of all, simulate, then weld. See that actual welding operation will carry out. Welding the seam with weaving. Therefore, this is nothing but cobot or collaborative robot, because both human and robot is working at the same time. Now next we will see video. Okay, this cobot application for easy robotics. See that this robot opens the door. Now it will pick one part and it will keep here. Now it is going to remove this, finish the part or machine the part. See that. And it will keep unmachined the part here. Two arms are there to this robot. See that. It will keep this finished or machined part here or here in this tray. See that now it is closing the door. And it will press the button so that machine will start machining or machining operations will carry out inside. See that it has placed that finished part here or machined part. We will call it as machined part. See that now it will pick another part from here. Now here inside here machining operations are carried out on that semi-finished product. See that this automatic tool changer is there. Okay, or we'll see next video. See that cobot take over undesirable task, optimize assembly and packaging by 30%. See this packaging applications. Universal robots optimize assembly and packaging by 30%. See that this robot is used for packaging applications. Built-in safety system makes the cobot automatically stop, eliminating the need for safety guarding around the robot. See that this both human and robot is working at a time. That's why this is known as cobot, and this space is known as collaborative workspace. The UR3 is Universal Robot smallest cobot with 19.7-inch reach and a payload of 6.6 pound. The UR3 assembles the plastic housings of the knife sharpener. Quality improvement. The UR3 never misses a screw insertion. See that here robot is carrying out packing operation. It is placing the parts, finished parts in this. All inputs and outputs from assembly line stations are controlled via Modbus communication through the UR controller. The UR5 is universal robot, mid-sized cobot with 33.5-inch reach and a payload of 11 pounds. See that this robot is picking and placing inside this box. See that it is packaging also. Again, now this part will come. Robot is picking, placing in the box. See that this lady is working along with this robot. Operation now 27 to 30% more efficient. Flexible production. Directs can now build products 4 times a week instead of twice a week. ROI, that is return on investment, less than a year. Now, since these robots are used in manufacturing industries who are working with humans, therefore these cycle times are there. These cycle times are reduced by 27 to 30%. Cycle time is what? The total time required to produce finished product, that is from scrap to that finishing or up to the packaging application. That is known as cycle time. If that much time is reduced, therefore more time is available for doing similar operations. Therefore, more production will be there. Definitely return on investment will be more. That is in less time, we can manufacture more products. Therefore, this is nothing but cobots. Another, if applications are there, I will check. Assembly, dispensing, finishing, material removal. We will see cobots. Cobots for quality inspection. See that we will see on 1 or 2 applications, cobot application, spotlight, testing and quality inspection. कसं बोलतोय बघितलं ना. Okay, these universal robots and new scale robotics automate quality control in precision optics manufacturing. Now we'll see robot application in quality control or in inspection. Universal robots and new scale robotics automate quality inspection in precision optics manufacturing. See that how the robots are used for inspection or for quality control. See here, this robot measures the diameter. See here, now this turned part is there. Means here operation is carried out. Span workstation stands real time measurement data directly. See that this robot is doing quality inspection. Robotic handling of brittle parts. See that. Now this human is measuring the diameter of this part. And here robot is measuring. See that now robot is going to measure. The gripper measurements allow sorting into pass or fail. See that these three grippers or calipers are there. Standard metrology fingertips, multi-tool mount. Example part auxiliary set, zero reference picture, workstation table. Span workstation has UR caps. The system can operate without safety guarding after risk assessment. Movable workstation eliminates the need for dedicated inspection work. Movable workstation means what? This robot we can move here and there for inspection purpose. Only parts. The company's experience with its first cobot gave it confidence in the Q-span system. Again, we will see robot application in welding we have seen, in machine tending quality inspection we have seen, in assembly we will see now cobot for assembly. This already we have seen. See that this assembly line we will see. 2-minute video, then we'll stop. How cobots optimize the assembly line at Ford, Romania. This is the Ford company. See that Someone is making the sketches, huh? Who is someone is making the sketches? Please stop. Okay, we will stop here. Please enter your